Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year, chat. Hope you guys are doing super good in the new year. Happy New Year from me to you. I know it's already on the second week of January. But yeah, this is the first stream back in the new year. Because I went home to Charleston for New Year's between the 31st of December and then the 6th of January. And then, of course, as people sometimes do when you travel publicly, I got sick. So been out and down for the last few days. Still not 100%, but doing better, obviously. Just have a little congestion left as that is always the last thing that goes. But we're here, we're back, and hopefully the start of a new year, new stream. We're gonna go over today all of the plans that I have for this stream in 2025. Put a lot of thought into this. Took some feedback from you guys, which if you're not a part of Discord, get into Discord on the announcements channel, where there's a survey that you can still get into. I'll still take that into account, but we will go over this stream here with that feedback that I currently have. And yeah, we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna chat. Yeah, really want to, you know what, we'll just go ahead and kick it off. What do we say here? We'll just go ahead and kick it off here. Bablam, with the mission briefing, or you can call it the state of the stream. We're gonna look at the 2024 goals recap, and of course talk about what I plan for the stream, the trajectory that I hope that we can achieve in 2025. That's what we got to get going. That's what we got to do. Also, huge thanks to Nova Raptor TV and Captain Failure coming in with the bablam, starting the stream off and the new year off on a super good note with 45 Kerbal years for Captain Failure subscription and 22 Kerbal years for Nova Raptor. Starting the stream off, the new year off on a super positive note. So we have these notes here that I've taken that I want to get into. We'll talk about everything from the achievements and milestones that we hit in 2024. We'll discuss again the feedback from you guys, you viewers, from the Discord channel, what you guys are looking for in the stream for 2025. We'll then talk about what I took from that feedback and put it into the trajectory for the stream going forward. And then, of course, discuss any collaboration and future projects, Shan. That's what we got in store today. So hopefully this will be a good stream just to kind of kick things off in the new year, talk about all the future things that I hope that we could achieve, because 2024 was pretty good. 2024 was pretty good. Catfax, how are you doing? Long time no see. Cheers to you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Also, by the way, chat, happy Friday. And the big news, chat, right here, we have a new Glen launch happening here in just over a day. Flashbang, by the way, chat, sorry for that. I did not warn you, but yeah, we have new Glen's Pathfinder mission here on Saturday. That is tomorrow at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. So that is, what is that? 1 a.m. Eastern time. Is that coffee? No, it is vodka infused coffee, or is it coffee infused vodka? Coffee infused vodka with a little bit of Kahlua. So kind of like a coffee white Russian. I don't know what you want to call it. Grab Shark calls New Glen Noogie. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, New Glen is set here to launch at 11 p.m. Mountain Time here tomorrow. So that should be good. And then also, chat, right off the rip on Monday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, we have Starship Flight 7. We'll see what happens. We'll see if that sticks, because New Glen has already scrubbed twice, I think, and Starship is scrubbed twice. Well, I say scrubbed. It hasn't really scrubbed. It's just moved back. It's been delayed. It hasn't really scrubbed, right? But yeah, both of these have already moved back a couple times. Who knows if the flights are going to actually stick, but if they do, it's going to be one heck of a weekend going into Monday. So should be nice. looking forward to New Glenn. Like I said, that's happening in just over 1 day, 25 hours at the moment, 26 hours at the moment. And then we have Starship on Monday. So should be good, chat. Should be good to start off the year on 2 massive notes, quite literally. Okay, well, anyways, let's get into the meat of tonight's stream. I was going to go to coughing chat. I was going to go to Flight 7, but ultimately scrapped the trip. I'll try to get there for Flight 8. Flight 8 should be good. Flight 8 is currently supposed to be the first attempted catch of Starship. Right? First attempted catch of Starship is Flight 8. So that should be a good one, because you might be able to see 2 catches, which would be phenomenal. Excitement guaranteed. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But okay, so let's get into the meat of the stream, what we're calling the 2025 mission briefing. That is going to be a 2024 recap and looking at the trajectory for this year. So really starting off for this stream's objectives, we are going to, I've compiled all of the different metrics that I possibly could have for the last year of streaming. We're going to discuss the feedback from you viewers, which was fantastic. We're going to look at the visions and goals that I have for 2025 and really lay those out, because they're kind of ambitious, but I have high hopes. And then, of course, discuss collaboration and future projects. So first things first, Chad, what were our metrics in the 2024 year? So with respect to Twitch streaming, we streamed for a total of 317 hours over the course of 80 total unique streaming days. We had 21,000 hours of watched content with peak viewers of 1,462, which is wild. I'm pretty sure that was at the end of Starship Flight 5. I think that was Starship Flight 5, the first booster catch. We hit 1,462 viewers, which is pretty sure the highest I've ever had, so that was pretty amazing. We gained 456 new followers and gained 84 new subscribers. 1462 was an EJ raid. Yeah, 100% it was. I think also, yeah, off of the Flight 5, what do you call it? The Flight 5 flight test. Yeah, Flight Test 5. Man, sorry, sick brain, chat. We also averaged 54 viewers for the year. Sure to get 1,000 this year. That would be pretty phenomenal. Yeah, that would be pretty phenomenal to hit that 1,000 benchmark ourselves. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. That's really, really good. Not only that, but that's after our first year of partnership for Twitch. So amazing. So looking at YouTube, YouTube was one heck of a surprise as well. Just started streaming YouTube back in May, I think, and with just, 6 probably solid, consistent months of streaming, we were able to get 777 new YouTube subscribers, with a total of 59,000 total views across all content, 8,300 hours of total content watched. And check this out, chat. The best video, surprise, surprise, was Starship Flight Test 5 coverage from the 13th of October of last year. 24,000 views, which almost 25,000 views, which is, wow, amazing. Very excited to see what potentially we can get off the rip on the new year for Flight Test 7. But that was by far the most watched video, which was pretty amazing. That was quite the shock. Going from averaging like 80 views on the live streams to then averaging like 200 views, and then all of a sudden getting 25,000 views, and now we're averaging like 400 to 500 views on the content. That's I think that's good growth. Happy about that. So yeah, YouTube, Twitch have been phenomenal, all thanks to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and hope you guys are excited for what's in store in 2025. But yeah, let's look at the other things that we've been working on. The big thing that we did this year was, of course, Kerbal Space Program after the unfortunate demise of Kerbal Space Program 2 in that cluster. But for Kerbal Space Program, we really focused on the automation side for probably at least the latter half of the year, probably starting sometime after my wedding hiatus. After like July, we really got into a lot of the automation side of things. To do that, we of course developed our DCX small launch vehicle testbed for suborbital demonstrations and using that to test landing algorithms. If you guys remember DCX, it's that little guy right there that we basically use to basically fly, hover, track the landing pad, move over, land vertically. We use this vehicle to then test all of our automated guidance, navigation, and control for what would become our much larger vehicle, which was the Minerva 2 reusable, which was our medium lift vehicle. And that we got to get into automated landings, which was pretty fantastic. Not only that, but we have been working on full reusability for this vehicle as well, at least for the first stage. Second stage reusability is going to take some work, and I don't really even know if second stage reusability makes sense for a medium class launch vehicle, because to develop a fully reusable like second stage, right? So first stage is one thing. First stage makes sense, but for a reusable second stage, you're cutting a significant portion of your propellant usage that you can use to then push usable mass into orbit. And this vehicle only has a maximum lift capacity in expendable mode, so no reusability, of like 16 metric tons. So if we went full reusability, we would only be able to get like half that into orbit, which, you know, there's something to be said for that. But also the second stage is peanuts next to the cost of the first stage. But anyways, so we'll probably look to get into full reusability with the Maxerva, which is the much bigger launch vehicle that we have in our storage. But we were able to do that. We worked on achieving our SpaceX style of landings using automation. All of that we developed in-house with Python using the KRPC mod. So yeah, we have like close to 120 episodes on YouTube. I don't think all of them are on YouTube, but yeah, we have basically 127 or 120 episodes total of us using KSP and Python for a whole bunch of different automations and testings. Yeah, so some of it went kind of rough, but also some of it went really, really well. So pretty good. And then last but not least, we created our baseline architecture for that first stage reuse. We got into developing cranes. This is actually the old crane that we were using, but we even made a new crane and tested that. You saw in the other picture the fully reusable, I guess, horizontificator. Yeah, let's make a word, horizontificator. That sounds great. So it's the vehicle that has the big strong back on it that goes up to the rocket after it's landed, picks it up, brings it horizontal, and then takes it over to the crane. So we've been working on last year, probably starting in December, right? Like a few weeks before December break, the full architecture here for the reusability side of things, which is pretty good. Pretty happy about how all of this turned out. And more to come in 2025, of course, but we'll get into that here momentarily. Also, what I really liked, and I hope that you guys really liked, was the viewer contracts. So if you're new to the stream, we do in Discord I submit, I guess I should say, contracts for viewers to be able to submit payloads to. This is very much like a NASA style of selection system, where I have used this for 2 contracts so far. The first one was the Crew Resupply and Integrated Support Program, or CRISP-1. And then we also had the second, which was the Surface Provision and Resupply for Kerbalnauts, SPARK-1. Both of these contracts, basically I give requirements, I give constraints, and I send it out to viewers, and you guys then come up with your own design that meets those requirements and constraints for me to use in the game. And I thought that was wildly successful. We got 10 total submissions over the 2 contracts. I hope to do more of those in the near future. But we'll of course get into that in the next sections as well. The objective for Crisp was the resupply of our Capstone Station, and from that we had Deke, Snackless, and Torlov the Mighty from Discord winning those contract positions. And then the other one, Spark, was to resupply the Moon surface expeditions, Moon and Minmus, I should say. We were using them for both of them, and we had Mad Chad, Cloning Chloe, and Nolty, Sir Nolty, for those contract winners. Overall, I guess through the contracts, that's where we saw a lot of the activity. We were able to increase our Discord activity and chats by 83%, which is not an insignificant amount. So pretty happy about that as well. So yeah, only on the up and up. And I hope you guys are enjoying that too. Last but not least, we have for the 2024 review here, the space news and launch commentary. Now, we've already touched on this a little bit, but we of course did cover some of the big launch events in happening in the space industry, everything from Flight Test 4, 5, and 6 launches. And then we of course actually ended up hosting live commentary streams for 26 total launch attempts over last year. And then we also started, for the first time, basically our own version of a space news segment that we've been calling our Go No Go poll, which actually I guess would be a great time to do this. Looks a little something like this. Segue. Yeah. So basically it's our segment to go through, ideally weekly, maybe even more than just weekly, but being able to cover different news. Go meaning good news and no go meaning bad news is basically how we came across that segment. So I think that's been pretty good so far. Horizontal Vehicle Positioning System, or the HVPS. Yeah, second professional transition. Yeah, streamer goals, chat. The HVPS. Yeah, yeah. That, or what was the oh god, it's the acronyms, chat. There's too many of them. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. The other one that we were calling it, but anyways, weekly. Yes, weekly, exactly, with a EAK, exactly. So that's been good. I want to, and we'll talk about this later, I want to make this a more permanent, recurring segment. I think that would be good. You guys, in terms of feedback, seem to want that a little bit more, and so I think we will try and make that happen. So, great segue, Rocket Guy. Next one, community feedback. Let's actually talk about some of the poll results that we've had. Like I said, if you're new to the stream, !Discord to get that Discord invite. You should be able to join Discord, and then in the i2 stream updates channel, there is that poll that you can vote via emojis. I will still look at those off stream and update this as necessary, but the question was, what would you like to see more or less of in 2025 streams? So, the votes so far came in like this. We have 20 votes, which was a 61%, a majority of you want more Kerbal Space Program with more automation. And so as we were talking about earlier, automation means designing from the ground up actual algorithms to automate rockets for landing. We can get into automating orbital maneuver execution. We can start automating like autopilots for aircraft and space shuttle return trajectories. There's a whole bunch of things that we can do with automation, and you guys seem to definitely be for that. On the flip side of that, only 2 votes, 6% of you want less automation and more missions, which I will certainly take into account. It's something I've been actually wanting to do for a while, since we got into a heavy coding development cycle there at the end of last year, is actually take what we have now, call it good for now, and get back into some missions, so that way we can get back into contracting. So we'll kind of try to balance it a little bit better than what I did at the end of last year, and I think that could be really good. You've got an itch for missions again? Yeah, likewise as well. So I definitely will take that into account for sure. Some of you 12% actually want more variety content, which I think I can swing too, because sometimes you get a little burnt out when you're trying to code and figure out what's working and not working, especially when you get into like the tuning cycle of controllers and playing Kerbal Space Program nonstop. So I think even for me, from a positive mentality perspective, would like to introduce a little bit of variety, just a sprinkle, just a smidge of variety. So I think we can swing that, and we'll talk about that in a moment, how I plan on introducing said variety, and we can have that discussion as well afterwards. Last but not least, as I already mentioned, more space news and aerospace engineering discussions. So this is something that we used to do back in like 2023 really heavily, where we would try to split time almost every stream of doing like space news. So, you know, looking at the news of the industry for that day and talking about it. Sometimes that would go like all stream. Sometimes it would go for only an hour or two. A lot of times it took up basically the whole stream. So I'll talk about how I want to bring back the go, no go poll news segment, and how I want to introduce perhaps a more regulated, I guess I should say, regulated? Is that the right word? I don't know. A good way to bring that back, but in a more structured environment. I think that could be really good. You can play some Zeep Kiss to clear your brain. So yeah, 21% of you, by the way, said that you want more space news and aerospace engineering discussions. Maybe a balanced approach. I think so. So yeah, we'll talk about that here in a moment. But what were the key takeaways, of course, out of all of this? Pretty obvious, but obviously automation and Kerbal Space Program remains the top priority, or the main focus. I'm going to start with space news is gaining interest. Consider making it a more recurring segment, as I just mentioned. Variety content should remain secondary, but can be explored. And get back into doing more mission mode and contracts, but using the developed automation. So, like I said, we got into a really, really heavy development cycle, a lot of Python coding, a lot of just, you know, launch and revert for testing and stuff. But I think we're in a pretty good spot now, at least for maybe a few weeks or a month or whatever, to just focus on missions to progress through the game, get our contracts that we already have done, which could actually unlock new capabilities in the game for even more automation. So I think that could be really good to really try to balance out the mission modes more. Beyond the Stratosphere, I like that, Nova. Hell yeah. All right, so taking all of this feedback, taking our goals and metrics from 2024, what are we going to look at for 2025? Looking forward into 2025's vision and goals. So first and foremost, content focus areas. Like I said before, Kerbal Space Program with automation is obviously going to remain the primary focus of the stream. I want to expand our automation complexity, because I'm having fun with that. I hope you guys are too. I want to develop reusable spacecraft systems inspired by real-world designs. And then, of course, I would like to create, because I've actually gotten this from viewers on both YouTube and Twitch side several times, of actually creating structured KRPC tutorials for YouTube. I don't yet know how I'm going to implement that, because it's, you know, all about, at least what I have now, it's my GitHub repository. So I don't know if like I should just go through that, or if I should like create new content specifically for YouTube for that KRPC tutorial. But anyways, that's something I am thinking about as well. In terms of expanding automation, we can of course get into more accurate landings. I've already discussed on stream many times on how we can approach that. Part of that is by developing an integrated flight controller with Quaternion based approaches. We can get into orbit design and execution, basically maneuver execution. One of the things I think would be amazing is rendezvous proximity operations and docking, having that automated. Another thing that we could do, which I'll actually add here, is robotics. If you guys are familiar with KRPC, but maybe not familiar with its most recent update, which was sometime last year, there is... I should say KRPC now has the ability to interface with the stock game's robotic parts. So that is actually pretty huge, because what that can unlock is essentially being able to take a joystick, which I actually have below me, a joystick to fully control your robotic arm. Or at the very least, being able to have like WSAD, QE, IJK, H, and N keys being able to fully control your robotic arm. So instead of having to just go servo by servo, trying to manipulate your arm to capture a specific point, you might just be able to use WAIJK to like then grapple it, which would be pretty awesome. That gets into a whole mess of complex mathematics, inverse dynamics, and all that sort of stuff, or inverse kinematics, I should say. But it's something that we can explore. Could be cool. The infamous flight stick, yes, of course, yes, indeed. And then, of course, developing reusable spacecraft systems inspired by real-world designs. Because we're automating, chat, how can we not do barge landings, and how can we not do Starship and Super Heavy? Especially in terms of Starship and Super Heavy, going back to this thing, we can actually have robotics maneuver flaps, right? As well as you can in the stock game, but now we can actually automate that through KRPC to actually control our attitude. Yeah. So like this goes hand in hand with this one, which is pretty amazing. Yes, you might have to share it with EJ at some point. Yeah, indeed. You could use a full-size Starship to go to Jool. That's actually, yeah, you're probably not wrong about that. Because what would a full-size Starship have? Like 3,000 meters per second of Delta V? More than that? Especially if you do the full like refueling flights and stuff like that. Yeah, 100%. Good try, Mad Chad. Good try. But anyways, so that's the first one that is talking about our primary focus with Kerbal Space Program. The second, space news and engineering discussions. So what I'm thinking about doing, chat, is hosting either weekly or bi-weekly, probably weekly. I think I can swing that. Go, no-go poll news segments, analyzing space industry updates, and doing this every Sunday. So at the end of the week or the beginning of the week, whichever way you want to look at it, we can go over all of the news that happened in the previous week. So that way we can essentially have a good segment for highlights of what happened in the last week, and connect those into, like what we used to do, connect those into other industry events. Like I specifically remember we did one Go No Go poll news when they were doing the in-space servicing missions, like Northrop Grumman with the robotic servicing missions, and tying that into the much bigger cycle of things going on, like Astrobotic, which is another company doing in-space servicing, and they just had a mission last year. And so really bringing that stuff together, really highlighting a lot of the events in the industry, taking some of the inside knowledge that I have, and hopefully being able to have a good chat about that, and ideally doing that every week. If I can do that, I think that'd be pretty amazing. So just to put that down here, that's our goal, is to do Sunday for those. So at least once a week, ideally. Maybe it'll be a bi-weekly thing depending on how frequent stuff happens. But yeah, I'm thinking every Sunday we could do a space news segment. I want this chat to essentially be a 1 hour event at the beginning of stream. That's what I'm thinking about. So it's only going to be like the highlights, and we can get into some discussions, obviously. But I remember like last year when we were doing a lot of these news segments, they would go like the whole stream. Like almost every stream, they would go for like 3 hours, and that's too much. I think that's too much, especially when I can only stream roughly 3 to 4 hours a day anyways. Having a fully dedicated stream to that consistently or constantly is not good. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can basically bring that down to highlights. I can give you guys what I think is the most important. We can have our discussions about that, and then what I'm thinking, chat, is if that's going to be on Sunday and we're going to take an hour of the beginning of stream on that, then the rest of the time will be to variety streams, or to a variety game. So if you can imagine on Sunday, like for example, this Sunday, it probably won't be this Sunday, but for example, it could be this Sunday. We start off the stream with the news of the past week in terms of the aerospace engineering industry. And then after that hour or so is up, we then move into another game. And then for the remaining 2 to 3 hours, we play that game and we get a little bit of variety. We get to expand our audience. We get to expand our content. We get to take a little break from KSP and coding, and all of that can be done on something like Sunday, which I think I would really like to do. 1 hour sounds good, but would be helpful to know when it's starting. Ideally, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Like I said, so my current schedule right now, chat. Right, my current schedule right now is essentially this. We do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we have an optional Sunday. And each one of those days is a starting time of approximately 7 Mountain Time, and we go until roughly 11 Mountain Time. That's the current schedule, roughly. Usually I start a little bit late and I go a little bit late, but basically starting at 7 p.m. I would like to be a little bit more consistent in my starting. I have to be honest about that. I hope I can be in 2025. Tonight was a little bit of a weird event. I'm starting basically an hour, almost an hour and a half late because my computer was updating after not turning it on for a week and a half and all that sort of stuff. Oh, goodness. But yes, ideally I can get into a very consistent start time and all that sort of stuff. Usually I'd be back from work. Hell yeah, there you go. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Mountain Time. A good solid 4 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I want to turn this into a non-optional day to where we're also streaming on Sunday, and that's going to be our space news and variety stream day. That's what I'm kind of thinking about. So it'd be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This would be, you know, for example, this would be KSP, and we would have our KSP all the way through. KSP, KSP, KSP. Oh no, I'm sorry. KSP, and then we do go, no go, poll, plus variety. That's how I'm thinking of the schedule so far. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Totally up for discussion and potential updates, augmentations, modifications as the new year rolls in. But anyways, getting back into it. So yes, to summarize, for Sundays, I would really like to do 1 hour events for Go No Go Poll news. This could also, instead of being Go No Go Poll news, it can be engineering deep dives or whatever we want to call it, which is to basically talk about a significant engineering problem, concept, whatever have you. So yeah, that's going into that. So talking now about the game variety streams, you might be asking yourself, but Rocket Guy, what are you actually thinking about streaming for variety? Honestly, I've had a big base of games that I've been wanting to play for quite some time. Everything from space themed to engineering oriented to simulation based games, city builders, what have you. And they look like this. And this is not even the full list, but we played a little bit of Terra Invicta, which is a role-based, or I guess I should say a turn-based game that is honestly probably the best space policy type of game that takes place around Earth and the solar system, and being able to develop different technologies and being able to spy on other governments around the world and what they're doing in space, and then all of that is wrapped around the whole point of the game, which is an alien invasion. So you got to develop, you got to try to unite the Earth, and it's actually wild. You have all of the different countries on Earth, and each one of them has their different technology specifications, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty cool game if you've never heard of it. City Skylines, I am tentatively waiting on City Skylines Blurgert. I used to play Cities, Cities 1. We even on stream played a little bit of Cities 2. Cities 2 doesn't seem like it's in a good spot right now. Yeah, not really Not really, doesn't look like it's in a good spot. So I'm keeping an eye on City Skylines, but it's not great. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for our heroes. But yeah, so anyways, Terra Invicta, fantastic game. We've played it a little bit on stream before. I would love to finish our campaign that we left off last year in. No, I'm sorry, not last year. I think the last time we played Terra Invicta was 2023. So being able to go back to that campaign and finish it, I think that'd be really cool. Shapes 2 is something interesting. We've played Flyout before. I'd love to get back into that as some variety and build aircraft and whatnot. If you guys have never seen Flyout, we've done some pretty cool things. I wonder if I actually have any pictures from there. Does anybody know where pictures get saved from screenshots on Steam? Is it within the Steam folder? I don't know if I have any saved. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for it right now. I should have already had that prepped, but yeah. We played that game. We developed a space shuttle. We developed the NASA 905 carrier plane for the space shuttle. We developed a really awesome plane that was a Burt Rutan vehicle. Burt Rutan aircraft. If you don't know Burt Rutan, he's the guy that makes these sorts of aircraft, like the Switchblade, the aircraft whose center wings could actually switch as part of a NASA program to understand how swept wings actually operate. He and his company Scaled Composites developed the very first what became Virgin Galactic spaceship, so Spaceship One. He develops a lot of really interesting aircraft, everything from asymmetrical engine designs to forward swept single engine powered vehicles. Yeah, he loves his canards chat. Yeah, he developed this thing, which I think it was this plane that went like around the world. I don't think it went all the way around the world in like one flight, but it went all the way around the world, you know, after landing and refueling. But yeah, he's done some pretty crazy designs. Everything from this guy. Yeah, this is actually, yeah. There was one particular aircraft. I don't remember what it was called. This guy. Yeah, we developed this guy in Flyout. So this guy was actually supposed to take over for the A-10 Warthog, believe it or not. It was designed to be a very inexpensive, very lightweight, close ground support aircraft. And yeah, single engine, offset to one side. Why is it a single engine offset to one side? Because you had a massive GAU 12 or GAU 8. It was one slightly smaller than the current GAU that the A-10 has, the Gatling gun. It's built into the side of the vehicle, much like the A-10. And so because that thing creates a lot of gas when it shoots, they actually had to put the air intake of the jet engine on the other side. So pretty wild aircraft, very maneuverable, very lightweight. In terms of like scale, like I wonder if we can actually, what is the name of this aircraft? The Ares. Ares size comparison A-10. I wonder if we can actually see that, because it was supposed to be something. Nope, not that. Doesn't look like I'm gonna find one. But it's super tiny, chat. It is very tiny in comparison to the A-10. Like I said, this was supposed to be like just a very lightweight, stupid cheap to manufacture replacement for the A-10. But anyways, we built that in Flyout, which was pretty cool. Yeah, thank you, Erudite. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cities 2 looks in a better spot than KSP 2. Well, yeah, well, because KSP 2 is already dead. Although, apparently, chat, I don't know if you guys just heard, but KSP 2... Didn't they just get picked up? Take-Two sells... Yeah, what's the news on that? Confers... no, that's incorrect, actually. Yeah. Former Annapurna Interactive staff reportedly taking over private division portfolio following Take-Two sales. So it doesn't mean that they're going to just take it on and start creating KSP2 again. But Take-Two did apparently sell the rights, so maybe that's better, because now maybe Annapurna, or however you pronounce that, if they don't want the KSP2 rights, they might be able to then just sell it off to somebody else. So, you know, it's good that at least Take-Two has sold KSP 2, and now maybe it can do something. I don't know. I have no hopes for that. I'm just, you know, copium, I guess. Did you see Shadow Zone's new video? I don't believe I have, no. Turns out if you go above 400 kilometers, the game just dies. Oh, you made a rocket in Fly Out. That's awesome. Apparently if you go 400 kilometers, the game just dies. Well, you know, I can understand that. What's up, Lincoln? How are you doing? I can understand that because isn't the game an aerodynamic simulator and not a space simulator? So, you know, I get that. I get that. I want to get into Derail Valley. Seeing EJ play that, awesome. I'm a huge train fan, as most probably young engineers start off in their life. Century of Steam, I should say, is another train game that's coming out this year. That looks really good. I want to get back into RimWorld. We played that a little bit. Dyson Sphere, Satisfactory. Sea Power looks amazing, chat. I don't know if you've heard of Sea Power, but if you guys are familiar with DCS, it's like DCS, but for naval warfare, like naval ships. It's like a big simulation game. You can set up different scenarios. You have a bunch of different ships from like 1950s to 1985 or something like that. It looks really, really cool, and I want to get into that. Stormworks, and then of course Workers and Resources, also from EJ's Value. Oh, yeah, Value. Yeah, Derail Value. Yeah. I meant Valley. I play Dyson Sphere program a lot. It will be interesting to see your spin on it. Yeah, honestly, I have no clue what it is. I just saw it on a Steam sale, and I was like, you know what? That looks awesome, but I have no idea what to expect from that. So yeah. Century of Steam. So glad you're following that one. Hype is like the train expert, or Heis. Gotcha. Heis? Is that how you pronounce it? Is like the train expert on YouTube. Solid. Cities 1, I mean, we could if you guys really want to see Cities 1. I'm kind of over Cities 1. I mean, like, after playing Cities 2 and the stuff that Cities 2 gave us, I don't really have any interest going back to Cities 1. But the fact that Cities 2 right now is unplayable just doesn't make me want to play Cities 2. That's all. Can confirm Satisfactory super good. Yeah, I'm kind of scared about this one. Just because, like I said, I'm going into all of these games, well, I guess I should say I'm going into all of these games basically knowing nothing. So after seeing EJ make what he's making right now, it's like, you sure about that? You sure about that? You sure you want to get to Satisfactory? You sure about that? Yeah, we'll see. I am actually very interested. I already have the game, so I guess I should play it. But yeah, I'm scared about that one, not gonna lie. What if you played Minecraft with the Create mod? You know, I've never actually had any interest in playing Minecraft, believe it or not. Not saying it's, you know, I've never like really looked into it seriously. The CEO of the studio developing Century of Steam and actually works at Colorado Railroad Museum, so he knows his stuff. Awesome. Well, I guess I'll have to go down to the Colorado Railroad Museum since I live in Colorado. Have to hit him up. Be like, what's good? He's basically what you and EJ are to trains. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's an old note. That is not what I'm thinking about doing anymore. So it says dedicate one stream per month to variety content while maintaining KSP at the core focus. I guess that's technically true. Like at least being able to dedicate one stream per month, but ideally we can do that every Sunday and do some variety every Sunday. That would be really fun. But anyways, yeah, so that's my current running list. Like I said, that's not even the total list right now. I have other things I'm looking at as well, but I think that's a, you know, 80% of the stuff that I know now that I'm really interested in. It also has hundreds of add-ons for it. That's interesting. Nice. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out off stream. I have seen some stuff. Have you guys seen that fully AI generation of Minecraft? Which looks wild. It looks like a fever dream. But if you guys have seen that, it's literally a bunch of generative AIs that are basically trained on Minecraft, is my understanding. And you can literally play it like a game, the visuals and everything. But because it's generative AI, you can like look at something, and then when you turn around, the entire scene has changed. And so you can teleport into, you know, different areas. You can like look at a rock and then turn around and you're all of a sudden in the cave when you were just in like an open field. It looks crazy. Yeah, it's weird. I played it. Yeah, it looks like a fever dream. But it's pretty interesting. All right, last but not least, viewer contracts and community engagement. I would really like to streamline the contract submission process on Discord. Ideally come up with like some templates or maybe at least some documentation for you guys to follow, because I know it can be really hard to look back at you know, the thread of the Discord channel and, you know, try to follow how to submit. Once you submit once, I think it's fine. But yeah, trying to, you know, maybe streamline that or provide a place that you can at least look at like a step-by-step guide. It's not that complicated, but I just feel like Discord makes it a little bit complicated because of the threads. But anyways, something like that. And then I want to introduce, we already kind of did this, but actually introduce theme-based contract challenges such as a Duna rover design, which, by the way, hint hint, is probably going to be the next contract. I haven't created it yet, but it's probably going to be Duna focused, that's for sure. Possibly a rover, if not a rover, then at least a lander, like a Viking lander for the next contract. Anywho, chat, that is everything for the content focus area. So let's look at our metrics for growth. Now this is where we get into some ambitious rocket guy goals, but anyways, we'll talk through it. So of course I want to expand Discord engagement and its usability. I want to start using dedicated channels for, I already actually created a dedicated channel for this, but for KRPC, but actually start using it now and being able to, if we upload videos to YouTube, talking through KRPC tutorials, start actually also putting those into Discord for easy access. The other thing is to create easy to follow documents and templates for the contract submissions, as I just mentioned. So yeah, definitely hope to be able to expand our Discord engagement through there. We also, oh, you know what? Before I do that, chat, I missed one bullet. There we go. So these are the metrics and growth goals. So for Twitch average viewers, if you guys remember in 2024, this past year, we hit 54 average Twitch viewers, which is phenomenal. I really would love if we could actually get on a consistent streaming schedule and not have ideally work in a perfect world get in the way. I would love to bring that up to 75. I think that would be amazing. That would be 40% growth on the Twitch side, which would be, I think that's pretty ambitious, but I think we can definitely do it. Especially if we can get into like more space news and get into some more variety, then we can actually maybe start expanding our audience out as well, and you know, probably increase our overall content viewer base, which would be phenomenal. The next one, new Twitch followers. I would love if we could get a 62% growth and hit 7,500 total followers on Twitch. Right now we're at like 6,700. We're somewhere around there. If we can get 740 new Twitch followers, we'd hit our 7,500 mark, which would be absolutely amazing. Of course, I guess that's assuming 100% retention on current viewers, but hey, you know, we'll see how that goes. But that would be amazing. New YouTube subscribers, a pretty lofty 5,000 would be wild. Actually, that's wrong. That's actually should be 4,000. Yeah, if we can hit 4,000 new YouTube subscribers, that would be absolutely wild. Because that would hit us to the basically the 5,000 mark. Right now we're at like 927 YouTube subscribers, I think, and if we can hit 5,000, wow, that would be crazy. Set a goal for 10K for a 24-hour stream. It'll go great, I'm sure. Yeah, it would go swell. Yeah, we could actually start doing something like that if I can plan it out enough and stuff like that. And yeah, we could actually probably start doing some incentives like that. Sure. Why not? I'll think on it. You just removed your other accounts, so you're down to 926. Hey, fair enough. Like I said, 100% retention rate is the assumption here. That's probably not going to happen. But you know, something like this would be pretty amazing nonetheless. Even if we don't hit the 5,000 mark and we only get 4,000 new, pretty great. It's pretty great. Total Discord members, I would love to hit 500. Right now we're at like 380, I think, if I recall correctly, or like 340. So if we could hit 5,000 Discord members, it's not really that big of a deal, because I know the disparity between like followers and viewers and Discord is pretty big, right? Because not everybody's going to want to join a Discord chat to chat. But anyways, yeah, that would be amazing if we can get another like 100 total Discord members. Would be pretty cool, especially if we can start doing contracts and get more viewer contract submissions. Great segue, Rocket Guy. For 50 new contract submissions would be amazing. So last year we got 10 contract submissions over the 2 contracts that we did. I would love it. My goal here, which I guess I technically didn't write down, but it is my goal, is having a new contract put out every month. So that could be upwards of 12 different contracts for our KSP mission mode, and being able to have you guys submit various payloads to that opportunity. I think that could be really cool. I think we could hit 50 pretty easily, but that would be a 500% increase in the viewer contract submissions. But we'll see what happens. All right, so getting into the community initiatives. We already talked about this before for the Discord engagement, but also I definitely have some plans in the books. What about viewer contracts? I want to do more of them, ideally one every month, and the next one will probably be put out, if not next week, the following week, and that's going to be a Duna mission one. So yeah, like the viewer has to write the no. If you go into Discord. Gosh, my throat is failing me, chat. I might have to call it soon. If you go into our Discord, into community payloads, you can see contracts that I write. So the first one, or the second one we did, was the service provision and resupply for Kerbal Knots. I give everyone a set of requirements, right? I give everyone a set of requirements of, like, you know, if you're going to go on Minerva, you can only have 4 metric tons. If you're going on Max Survey, you can have 12 metric tons. It has to be this, it has to fit inside of this fairing. It has to have these different parts and these constraints. And then you, as a viewer, can submit your payload. And I basically do a NASA selection process, meaning that out of all the contract submissions that we get, I have a scorecard, which I make public to everybody. I have a scorecard discussing all of the different relevant things that I'm looking for. Feasibility, that every requirement is met, innovation, all those sorts of things, right? And we actually score them. I score them after reviewing all of them, and then we pick the best 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, however many I plan on procuring. So quite literally a NASA selection process, but for you viewers to create payloads that we can launch. So if we look at a previous selection, I think it's this. Yeah. There we go. Stand by. So this is one that we did before. So this was CRISP, the CRISP-01, the Crew Resupply and Integrated Support Program. This is part of our Community Services Engagement Program, or CSEP. So I go through and talk about all the different requirements. They have to fit inside of like the Minerva Block 1 fairing, for example, which I provide. It's on KerbalX, it's on Discord, all that sort of stuff. You have this documentation on the schematics of it. I tell you basically the parts that you can use, because remember, we are in career mode, so the parts that you can use. And then we go through every single submission. So this one is from Aurora Technologies, that's Snackless. He decided to make a PowerPoint. He made this little guy right here in order to fulfill this contract. I have his scorecard with notes and comments and how he scored on everything. This was the ARTV. This was from Dwarfman, another viewer. This was his submission, and we go through that on all of them, and we score all of them and select the best X number, however many I plan on procuring. So quite literally the NASA process, but on Twitch, on YouTube, on Discord. Yeah. What's up, Auntie? How are you? What's up, Chris? No Kerbal? Not tonight. Not tonight. Still a little bit under the weather, and I don't plan on streaming too long. So we are going through our 2024 in review and 2025 goals. So Kerbal will probably take place on Sunday, most likely, or Monday. Sunday or Monday will be our Kerbal Space Program. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we talked about this previously. I would really like to collaborate with other creators. I have a few ideas in store for that. One of them has been in the works for quite some time. I've been doing a lot of work on it off stream. Do I want to discuss what it actually is? No, not yet. But yeah, so there's a couple of areas that we can look to do both projects as well as game content with other YouTube and Twitch streamers. Last but not least, this was actually a viewer submitted idea, but having a viewer spotlight series featuring top contract submissions or viewer created automation script during streams, which I think is actually a great idea. Being able to get you guys involved and highlighted as part of the community, and whether you created a payload that got selected as part of a contract, or if you have been working in KRPC, which I know some people in Discord have already posted some KRPC scripts. If you've been doing that, talk through it, bring you on, and really just kind of have a really cool discussion about what you've developed and whatnot. I recently crossed the Clear's Throat 50 subscriber mark. There you go. Hell yeah. So yeah, all of that for the community initiative. So that's really it. We can definitely go into a Q&A. I'm always looking for viewer feedback on what types of automation projects you would like to see. Is there any space missions or news topics you'd like to cover? Suggestions for variety games? How can we improve the KSP viewer contract system? And if there's any other things as well. But that's really it, chat. That was the whole 2024 year in review and the 2025 goals. To summarize, we're definitely going to continue with Kerbal Space Program and our automation. That's going to probably kick off again here on Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, probably not this Sunday, but following, I would love to start doing space news and start implementing a little smidge, a sprinkle chat of variety streaming. So different games that we showed in the list up here. So different games that I've been keeping an eye on, and start introducing those here and there on like a cycle. And then what else was there? So that was that. Oh yeah, and more viewer contracts I really want to start doing as well. Oh, you're proposing that as an option. If the stream needs a new coat of paint, I can give you the info of the guy who did my stream package. Ah, fair enough. Awesome. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, were you suggesting that about as something to implement Nova? If so, definitely would like to pick your brain about that. Like, how would we implement that? Idea, implement Kerbal KSP. Let's see, how do we want to call that? Viewer contracts. Dang it, I can't type. AKA contracts written by viewers. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. As in, the viewers write the contracts as sort of, hey, we want to see this since we have the tech. I mean, yeah, so how do we organize that? How do we structure that? Right, like, I'm trying to think, like, how do we structure that? Is it just going to be anybody can submit? Is it going to be like an open call? Is it, a free-for-all? Is it going to be dogs living with cats? Or is it going to be like the contract system we have right now, that that we currently have implemented, and it's going to be like a call for them or something like that. Maybe as stakeholder expectations. Oh, so you're thinking about like kind of like how EJ did his last career mode where viewers got to vote on like the objectives. Hey, what's up, Mark? How are you doing? Maybe it could be an expensive point redeem where it's like a company buys a ride on a Falcon or a Vulcan or something. Viewers can vote on the goals and you engineer the mission. Interesting. Yeah, I know EJ did that a little bit. That could be interesting. We could add that to our rules. Maybe we'll bring that up at some point for chat to vote on, and we can add that to our rules if that's what we want to do. Designed by committee, as seen with EJ's SSTO. Yeah, how did that kind of fail? Do you remember? It's been so long for me. It's all one big blur for me. Back when EJ was doing that, because it was like chat. Oh, that's right. So not only did chat vote on the objectives, but also got to vote on like the option of the architecture. Is that right? So like if EJ said like the objective was to get to the moon, and then gave, you know, Ares, Artemis, or SSTO, then chat picked SSTO. That is that how that kind of failed? That's definitely interesting. You believe so? Yeah, okay. I definitely like that though. So chat votes on objective where we go next, but avoid the pitfall of having chat decide how to do that objective. Avoid that pitfall. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I like that. I think that's pretty fair. Okay, any ideas, any particular projects you guys want to see for the automation side of things? There's of course things that I know I want to do. There are the robotic arm controls. There is the boost back burn automation. Improve landing with proportional navigation. So what is that going to entail? That's going to entail a trajectory estimator for sure. This will probably be inverse kinematics. Kinematics. Nope. That is right. Okay. Improve landing with proportional navigation. Offset and target both X, Y, and Z to bring rocket right over the top of the landing pad. Yeah, I think that's how we can do that with this chat. Because if we can develop a flight controller that actually uses quaternions, then if we can do something like that, then we can actually target not only a two-dimensional point, but a three-dimensional point. So not only latitude and longitude, but also altitude. And then that could basically mean that our vehicle is trying to achieve a glide slope to hit that point above the pad. And at which point that means it'll then basically be a straight down drop. to the pad where it doesn't have to do any more maneuvering. So I think that could be really good to do. Oh, sweet, Nova. I will take a gander. That's on Discord. Sounds good. All right, let's see. Yeah, so flight controller, Quaternions, DCMs, yeah, we'll start with that for now. Any other ideas for any of this, chat? Any specific space missions or news topics you'd like covered? Ideally, we have New Glenn. Debut, we have Flight Test 7, and we're gonna also have Starship Flight Test 8. I don't know how many we're gonna have this year for Starship, because they've been doing it at least every 2 months. Hey, what's up, Misadventures? How are you? We've been doing them every at least 2 months on a pretty good cycle since October. So yeah, in fact, October, it was like early October to the end of November, so we're only at like a month and a half that we know that they can do a turnaround. They're developing the new pad. They're developing now Mark II Starship, which is ideally better. They want to do the Starlink mission. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going around, chat. I don't know. Dream Chaser for sure. Yeah, Dream Chaser would be pretty amazing. Let's take a gander here. What other flights do we have coming up this year? I would like to actually cover the Blue Ghost. That's on Tuesday at 11. Hey, okay, that's late enough where I can actually do that. So Falcon 9, Blue Ghost. Yeah. Yeah, Captain Failure. No kidding, right? No kidding. Neutron debut this year. Yeah, chat. I also wouldn't mind seeing this. Also, isn't Lagoon, is that what it's called? Or the Daytona? Oh gosh, what was the name of that? Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's a rocket company that's like that. Oh, I see. It's because we have to go further. I don't remember. Oh, gosh dang it, chat. I think it was called the Daytona. Am I wrong? Am I tripping, chat? Phantom Space. Yeah, Phantom. Yeah, the Daytona from Phantom Space. Yeah. I don't know if these guys are supposed to be already launching or not. 440. Oh dear, chat. Mass to low Earth orbit, 440 pounds, kilograms. What is that supposed to be? Stones? Probably kilograms, I'm sure. Slugs? Is it slugs? No. What is slugs? Slug unit. Oh, it is mass. Hell yeah. Brought that out of the recesses of my mind. $4 million per contract. It looks like Delta with that green paint. But anyways, yeah, these guys, chat, I have no idea when these guys are actually supposed to launch, but I was thinking it was supposed to be in 2025. Wait. Oh no, chat, did you see that? Wait. $4 million price per dedicated Daytona launch. Up to $6 million price per dedicated Daytona launch. Wait. Is this the old website? This must be the old website. 2024? 2020. But I can't get back to that. I'm confused. Okay. It looks like that was an old but still accessible web page. Yeah, because this is not part of the normal website anymore. Because you can't get to that. At least not that. Anyways, whatever. Not even. Yeah, consistency is overrated. Yeah, 100%. It does look like Delta. I know, right? It does look like it. It would also be interesting if there would be an art competition for mission patches. That's interesting. All right. Let's do 6 art competitions for mission patches. That's actually pretty interesting. That's going to be from Erudite. Make sure I know that so I can pick your brain about that later. And also, this was Nova. Yeah, 440 what? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. What editor is this? This is Logseek. Right here, Logseek. It's free, it's open source. It's pretty good. I actually really like it. I use it for work, for all that sort of stuff. Still need to record your video on the history of Dream Chaser. Now there you go. Absolutely. All right, so that looks good. Blue Ghost, Dream Chaser. We go back. We had Ariane. We have more H3 missions. I definitely want to catch some more Vulcan missions. I think that'd be really clutch. All right, let's go next. Oh. No, this is not who I'm thinking of. The first second I thought that was somebody else. New Glenn Pathfinder mission in March as well. That's actually really cool. Okay, so New Glenn 1. Yeah. That'd be pretty clutch. Oh, TACSAT. I was wondering when TACSAT would actually fly. TACSAT's the tactically responsive satellite. That was something they were awarded this past year. Let's see here. Vulcan, there we go. Vulcan Net May. Okay. Oof. Net May, chat? Oy. Net May. Man. Already into Q2 and they're gonna have their first launch of the year. Does ISRO have anything big this year? It's a good question. I don't know. I've only been seeing PSLV, I think. Bluebird. What is Bluebird? Oh, that's neat. Work your cell phone coverage. Bum, ba-dum, bum. They got another Minotaur launch. Nice. Got another Alpha mission. Alpha's going to be taking off, chat, again. We have Ariane 64. Yeah, I'm excited for Ariane launches. A few that will have Kappa. Another, oh, there we go. Another mission for Vulcan. That's good. We have another OrbSat. Nothing that I see off the top of mind here. Oh, we have another Zuck. Nice. Man, 2025 is shaping up to be awesome for launches, chat. Not that it's... Oh yeah, the Escapade mission. Oh, hell yeah. Definitely want to do the New Glenn Escapade. Escape. Escapade. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I was right. Okay, cool. Tranche 1. Oh, the transport layers, chat. This is huge. If you guys have been following space industry news, so Space Force has been sitting on what they're calling the Tranche 1. It's basically the first layer of, think Starlink, but military dedicated, and not Star Shield, which is SpaceX's military dedicated Starlink. It's basically an entirely procured and developed by the military, by the United States Space Force. I think it's being developed by York Space Systems, I think, is developing Tranche 1, as well as Lockheed. Oh no, maybe it's Turion. Is it Turion? It might be Turion. Because they're a massive DoD provider as well. Satellites. Is it Turion? Turion, Tranche 1. Yep, they were awarded Tranche 1. Nice, there you go. I think it was a couple of providers that were given Terran Orbital to build 42 satellites for the SDA's Tranche 1 transport layer. That's pretty cool. So yeah, they were one of them. I think York has another tranche or another segment of that Tranche 1. But anyways, it's supposed to be a really big deal because Space Force has been sitting on this for years. And it's kind of like their big ticket item at the moment. And yeah, all eyes on the Tranche 1. Sierra 1 Tranche 2. Nice. There you go. There you go. When can we see a Saber engine launch? Well, as far as I know, Saber is not going to happen. Saber engine, reaction engines, right? I thought didn't reaction engines go bankrupt? Yeah, they went bankrupt. So never? No, I'm just kidding. Not never, but it's gonna take a while. You mean the one with Steve Carell? Yeah, the space farce with Steve Carell. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, reaction engines that were developing Saber went bankrupt. Who bought out the patents? I don't remember who bought them out. Somebody did, but I don't remember who it was. Does it say? Ah, gosh dang it. Yeah, I don't remember. I know somebody did get their IP, or multiple people got their IP, but I don't know who got the Saber engine and what they're doing with it. Space News Review. What's up, Super? Yeah. Yeah, with the military constellation where destruction would assure mutual loss of access to space due to Kessler syndrome. Yeah. Well, it's no worse than Starlink, right? I have a question about 5-meter parts. There is no cargo bay equivalent to fit my cargo by default. Do you think I can rig up something with fairing and hinges and stuff? Any ideas? Yes. Yes, gosh, I don't remember. Man, it's been a while since I've had to work that problem. There is a way. I don't remember which part it is. It might be a fairing. I think I've seen people do like a empty shell, right, of a fairing, and then it's on a robotic part that just moves it forward so you can go outside. So that way everything's still occluded because you're technically inside the fairing, but then you can move that fairing around in order to get your cargo out. I've also seen them with like nose or back ends being able to open up. I don't know if you can get payload aerodynamic inclusion if you just have it between two cargo bays with like your own homemade doors that open up on the side. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can get aero occlusion from that, but you can at least make something that looks good if you develop if you use some of the curved pieces or something like the flags. I've seen people use flags to develop basically doors that can swing open and stuff. There's ways to at least make it look good, and there's a couple of ways to at least get aero drag occlusion. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's see. Anything else happening in the year, in the first half of the year here? Oh, Neutron demo flight, July. Yes, please. All right, that's pretty good, chat. But yeah, that's kind of where I had things. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, July, I know, right? Definitely a ways away, but we'll see. I anxiously wait. We sit and we wait, chat. That's what it is. But yeah, so moving forward, like I said, if you've been here all stream, we went through this entire mission briefing or state of the stream. We went through 2024 recap. Amazing growth in 2024. Really appreciate all of your support, chat. both Twitch and the new YouTube. We just started YouTube this past year too, which was pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for 2025. We're going to do more Kerbal Space Program automation. We're also going to get back into Kerbal Space Program missions and less coding. Try to find a good balance between those. We're going to start doing more space news, probably on at least a weekly basis, and start doing some variety as well. I think would be really, really good. But yeah, that's let's see here, chat. Just out of my own curiosity, we go to fly out real fast before we cut stream, because my throat and everything is getting really scratchy. Still a little on the sick side, chat, so apologies. But yeah, if we go back into what we had here, so we have the Ares missile pods, the Ares. Which one do we have? Was it called the Griffin? Or no, that's the stock. Yeah, that's the stock one. So yeah, if you guys are unfamiliar with Flyout, I really want to get back into being able to play this game here and there, because it's actually pretty phenomenal. Let's see here, load craft. It was the Ares missile pods. Yeah, there you go. There's the little guy. Check that out. So yeah, we have our own Gatling gun built into the side of the vehicle here. It is an asymmetric aircraft that has a jet engine with a side mounted air intake. Very small, has canards, like I said, built off of the real thing. And then of course, chat, we have the 905 and space shuttle. Oh my goodness gracious, how did we do this in this game? Look at that. Look what we did here, chat. I forgot about this. So yeah, we built out the 905. We have our little APU in the back. We have our 4 engines. What is the STS orbiter? This is the STS orbiter right here. I made it as a separate craft file so I could then load it in as a subassembly. See? Oh, and there's our blueprints that we used to make everything look good, to scale. Because what we actually ended up doing, Chad, is we found blueprints like this for the different views. And this, we found blueprints that had, I think this may have even come from a viewer. All of the different segments, like cross sections, so we could actually get the entire shape looking good. And then we figured out the length and scale, the span of these blueprints, and then found blueprints for the 905 Boeing 747, and then scaled that as well. So we literally got a perfect, just about to scale system. There's our pilot right there. But yeah, I forgot about this thing. Does it work? We haven't flown this in ever. Actually, do I even have? Oh shit. Let's see. We have our handy dandy joystick. I have no idea what works, what doesn't work. We haven't done this in quite some time. But yeah, super quick. I want to check how we did this. How the heck did you make the rocket engines? I remember correctly, they are the skin, right? The cylinder. And we basically took the cylinder going out, and that made the inside, and then we went up, right? And then we made the individual ridges as we came back down. So yeah, it's quite literally one single cylinder piece, but we made it also go inward. So pretty crazy. So does this work? Oh my god, it works. Okay. Hold up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is fine, right? Totally fine, chat. Do I have brakes on or something? Or is it just really... I don't know what anything does, chat. I don't know what to do. I swear this works, but I have no idea what does what. Well, we're off the runway. This is fine, right? There's a house. There is a house that way. We're not getting a lot of speed here, so I'm thinking perhaps something like the brakes are on or something. I can't actually tell. It's been so long since we've played this that I have no idea what's going on. There's a house there, chat, and there's a massive... Oh dear. Oh. This could be a problem, chat. This could be a problem. Just gonna put that out there. Yep, that's a problem. Hey, the orbiter survived. So yeah, let's see what happened. Starting off, veering off the yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is potentially bad, chat. This is fine, right? This is totally fine. The wheel is all the way turned to the left, but we're continuing to go straight, so this is less than ideal. All the engines are on. I don't remember what anything does, though. Nope, that's not it. I have no idea what's causing it to list lazily to the left. Oh, we just wanted to use the other runway. That's all it was, chat. Just wanted to use the other runway. Yeah. Just wanting to use the other runway, that's all it is. I don't know if something's changed in the game or what, but this is definitely... Oh, that's fine. We're okay. Don't worry about that, chat. A mere flesh wound. Ah, so that does that. Okay. How fast do we need to get this thing? Gosh dang it. I don't know. Can I return to hangar? Can we see action groups and what's up? I don't remember. Yeah, this is a game that I want to get back into, chat. This is definitely a game I want to get back into. Settings, inputs. Create new input. That does not seem correct. 120 knots can't rotate that heavy beast. No, you cannot. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's up, or is this like the wrong version? Because we technically have two versions. Like, what does this version do? I guess we could try this and fly it. I want to use some flats. I'm trying to figure out what is what here and how. Click on the control surface. Oh, on the inside? Okay. So we'll do that here. So that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. That's that. Okay, don't want that though. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Full throttle. I swear, it seems like the brakes are on. How do you do the brakes? Oh, nope, it wants to turn. Why do you want to turn so bad? I give up, chat. Oh, it's because one engine is stalled. 19. Aha, well, that might do it. Why is that engine off? B? Okay, so that's brakes definitely on. That's brakes definitely off. So the brakes are definitely off then. Base's wall in shame. Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, we lost an engine. That's fine. There's There's something going on with that one engine here that's not happy. Yeah, let's see here. Goodness, it has been a minute, chat, since we have played this. So let me see some stuff here. So diameter, 747-100 engine, diameter 1.5, 1.5, 2 spools, 238, 238. Just want to make sure that everything is good here. 412, 152 spools, new turbine. So 150. 150, 412. We have 1487. That all looks good. That looks fine. So that all seems fine. Okay. Enable afterburner. Okay. That gives me that. That's inputs, radar cross-section description, settings. Oh, default. We can start at launch. That could help. Save craft, import mesh. Okay. Right click on the engine in flight. Okay. We'll try that next. Did you pay the subscription to unlock all engines? I don't remember. Is that a thing? I have no idea. R for turns right? Maybe. Oh yeah, you see that? Why is that engine so low? There's one engine out of all the others that just is producing 8. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. That's the APU, chat. I didn't see that there were 4 here. So no, that's not the reason why. So this is all fine. Okay. I mean, it should be fine, I should say, I guess. Fuel manager. That's all good. Producing plenty of power. I mean, it seems good. Yeah, throttle should control all of them. I just don't know why this happens. How odd. And it's like they don't have enough thrust either, and that's also worrisome, to be honest with you. Is it because the front gear technically aren't touching? That's gotta be what it is. The front gear aren't actually touching. I don't remember having this problem before. Starting the area, I think I will. Let's call Boeing's tech support. That sounds like that won't do anything. So altitude, call it 1,000. Velocity, let's call it 200. That should help, chat. There we go. Oh yeah, she flies like a beauty up here, chat. Let me tell you what. There we go. There we go. Easy, chat. Easy peasy. Now, believe it or not, this thing does separate. Somehow. Haha! Yes, this thing does separate, like an actual space shuttle. Can we do it? Release, release, release. Oh, okay, sure. Just destroyed the... okay. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. We're going too fast, chat. We're going too fast. This is way too fast for this thing. Did they update the game with different arrow? Because I swear this worked before. Wait, I'm not even controlling it. Oh, that's why, because I'm not actually controlling it. That makes sense. Ooh. Okay, sure. Oh, and game crash? Game crash. Game crash. All right, well, that was good. What's up, Andy? How are you doing? Yeah, the perfect landing. Yeah, so there's some glitchy things that unfortunately happen when you go to separate that part, because it still thinks you're controlling the airplane, but then the airplane gets deleted, so you actually don't have control of the craft there. That's what happened. Anyways, chat. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Overcoming a sickness, me too. That's why we're cutting stream pretty early tonight. My throat is killing me. I was hoping I'd be back to full stream capability, but I think that was a good note to end on. But anyways, that was a look at this is the content we come here for. Well, I'm glad. But yeah, I definitely want to get into some more Flyout. Definitely want to get into a whole bunch of other games. But yeah, I think that's going to have to do it for tonight. So we will be back tomorrow, believe it or not, Saturday. Probably starting at like 10 p.m. Mountain Time or so, maybe even a little bit earlier. Why? New Glen debut. So New Glen, little babby New Glen is going to be launching here tomorrow, if that launch still sticks. Let me actually check to make sure before we go. Is said launch still for tomorrow? It is January 11th, 11 p.m. Mountain Time. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. We have that launch countdown right here, chat. We are just shy of the 24-hour timeline. So it should be good. How do you reuse the second stage? Gotta go Stoke Aerospace concept. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, chat, I'm just gonna say it right now for everybody. I think 2025 is gonna be Blue Origin's year. Barring what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But if they at least get off the pad and ideally get their second stage into orbit, regardless of what the first stage does, I think 2025 is going to be Blue Origin's year. Because if you guys don't know, they have Blue Origin debut. They have 3 at least other on the book New Glen launches. They have a moon mission set for 2025 as well, for a cargo delivery down to the lunar surface. They have that demonstration. They have Orbital Reef, their space station that they want to do, I think is doing something in 2025. They have their orbital transfer vehicle that's debuting as well, their Blue Ring Pathfinder. They have a new tail and a new capsule that's coming here for space tourism. There's a lot, chat. Like, wow, this is absolutely wild is what's going to happen. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it was a short one, but we'll be back tomorrow with the New Glen launch. And then we'll get back into our regularly scheduled streaming content starting Sunday. So with that, I'm out. Have a good one. I hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the stream, and ta-ta for now.